The latest version of Capability Maturity Model Integration, Cmmi for development, version 1.3 contains 22 process areas that describe the aspects of product development that are to be covered by organizational processes. Process area organization. In Cmmi models, the process areas are organized in alphabetical order according to their acronym. However, process areas can be grouped according to maturity levels or process area categories. Maturity levels. Cmmi for development, there are 5 maturity levels. However, maturity level ratings are awarded for levels 2 through 5. The process areas below and their maturity levels are listed for the Cmmi for development model. Maturity level 2, managed, Cm, configuration management, Ma, measurement and analysis, PMC, project monitoring and control, PP, project planning, PPQA. Process and Product Quality Assurance, REQM, Requirements Management, SAM, Supplier Agreement Management, Maturity Level 3, Defined, DAR, Decision Analysis and Resolution, IPM, Integrated Project Management, OPD, Organizational Process Definition, OPF, Organizational Process Focus, OT, Organizational Training, PI, Product Integration Road. Requirements Development, RSKM, Risk Management, TS, Technical Solution, VAL, Validation, VER, Verification, Maturity Level 4, Quantitatively Managed, OPP, Organizational Process Performance, QPM, Quantitative Project Management, Maturity Level 5, Optimizing, CAR, Causal Analysis and Resolution, OPM, Organizational Performance Management. Maturity levels. Cmmi for services, the process areas below and their maturity levels are listed for the Cmmi for services model. Maturity level 2, managed, Cm, configuration management, Ma, measurement and analysis, PPQA, process and product quality assurance, REQM, requirements management, SAM, supplier agreement management, SD, service delivery, WMC, work monitoring and control, WP, work planning, maturity level 3, defined, CAM, capacity and availability management, DAR, decision analysis and resolution, IRP, incident resolution and prevention, IWM, integrated work management, OPD, organizational process definition, OPF, organizational process focus, OT, organizational training, RSKM, risk management, SCON, service continuity, SSD, service system development, SST, service system transition, STSM, strategic service management, maturity level 4, quantitatively managed, OPP, organizational process performance, QPM, quantitative project management, maturity level 5, optimizing, CAR, causal analysis and resolution, OPM, organizational performance management. Maturity levels. Cmmi for acquisition, the process areas below and their maturity levels are listed for the Cmmi for acquisition model. Maturity level 2, managed, AM, agreement management, ARD, acquisition requirements development, CM, configuration management, MA, measurement and analysis, PMC, project monitoring and control, PP, project planning, PPQA, process and product quality assurance, REQM, requirements management, SSAD, solicitation and supplier agreement development, maturity level 3, defined, ATM, acquisition technical management, AVAL, acquisition validation, AVER, acquisition verification, DAR, decision analysis and resolution, IPM, integrated project management, OPD, organizational process definition, OPF, organizational process focus, OT, organizational training, RSKM, risk management. Maturity level 4, quantitatively managed, OPP, organizational process performance, QPM, quantitative project management, maturity level 5, optimizing, CAR, causal analysis and resolution, OPM, Organizational performance management. Goals and practices. There are two categories of goals and practices, generic and specific. Specific goals and practices are specific to a process area. Generic goals and practices are a part of every process area. A process area is satisfied when organizational processes cover all of the generic and specific goals and practices for that process area. Generic goals and practices equals, generic goals and practices are a part of every process area. GG1 Achieve specific goals, GP 1.1 Perform specific practices. GG2 Institutionalize a managed process, GP 2.1 Establish an organizational policy, GP 2.2 Plan the process, GP 2.3 Provide resources, GP 2.4 Assign responsibility, GP 2.5 Train people, GP 2.6 Control work products, GP 2.7 Identify and involve relevant stakeholders, GP 2.8 Monitor and control the process, GP 2.9 Objectively evaluate adherence, GP 2.10 Review status with higher level management. GG3 Institutionalize a defined process, GP 3.1 Establish a defined process, GP 3.2 Collect process-related experiences. Specific goals and practices equals, each process area is defined by a set of goals and practices. These goals and practices appear only in that process area. Process areas, Cmmi for development, version 1.2 contains 22 process areas indicating the aspects of product and service development that are to be covered by organizational processes. For a summary of process areas for each model, see these quick reference documents available on the SEI website. Cmmi for acquisition, 1, Cmmi for development, 2, Cmmi for services, 3. Capacity and availability management equals, a support process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of capacity and availability management is to ensure effective service system performance and ensure that resources are provided and used effectively to support service requirements. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Prepare for capacity and availability management, SP 1.1 Establish a capacity and availability management strategy, SP 1.2 Select measures and analytic techniques, SP 1.3 Establish service system representations. SG2 Monitor and analyze capacity and availability, SP 2.1 Monitor and analyze capacity, SP 2.2 Monitor and analyze availability, SP 2.3 Report capacity and availability management data. Causal analysis and resolution equals, a support process area at maturity level 5, purpose. The purpose of causal analysis and resolution is to identify causes of selected outcomes and take action to improve process performance. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Determine causes of selected outcomes, SP 1.1 Select outcomes for analysis, SP 1.2 Analyze causes. SG2 Address causes of selected outcomes, SP 2.1 Implement action proposals, SP 2.2 Evaluate the effect of implemented actions, SP 2.3 Record causal analysis data. Configuration management equals, a support process area at maturity level 2, purpose. The purpose of configuration management is to establish and maintain the integrity of work products using configuration identification, configuration control, configuration status accounting, and configuration audits. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Establish baselines, SP 1.1 Identify configuration items, SP 1.2 Establish a configuration management system, SP 1.3 Create or release baselines. SG2 Track and control changes, SP 2.1 Track change requests, SP 2.2 Control configuration items. SG3 Establish integrity, SP 3.1 Establish configuration management records, SP 3.2 Perform configuration audits. Decision analysis and resolution equals, a support process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of decision analysis and resolution is to analyze possible decisions using a formal evaluation process that evaluates identified alternatives against established criteria. Specific practices by goal: SG1 Evaluate alternatives, SP 1.1 Establish guidelines for decision analysis, SP 1.2 Establish evaluation criteria, SP 1.3 Identify alternative solutions, SP 1.4 Select evaluation methods, SP 1.5 Evaluate alternative solutions, SP 1.6 Select solutions. Integrated project management equals a project management process area at maturity level 3. Purpose: the purpose of integrated project management is to establish and manage the project and the involvement of relevant stakeholders according to an integrated and defined process that is tailored from the organization unregistered trademark set of standard processes. Specific practices by goal: SG1 Use the project's defined process, SP 1.1 Establish the project's defined process, SP 1.2 Use organizational process assets for planning project activities, SP 1.3 Establish the project's work environment, SP 1.4 Integrate plans, SP 1.5 Manage the project using the integrated plans, SP 1.6 Establish teams, SP 1.7 Contribute to organizational process assets. SG2 Coordinate and collaborate with relevant stakeholders, SP 2.1 Manage stakeholder involvement, SP 2.2 Manage dependencies, SP 2.3 Resolve coordination issues. Measurement and analysis equals a support process area at maturity level 2. Purpose: the purpose of measurement and analysis is to develop and sustain a measurement capability used to support management information needs. Specific practices by goal: SG1 Align measurement and analysis activities, SP 1.1 Establish measurement objectives, resources, people, facilities and techniques. SP 1.2 Specify measures, information needs document, guidance, reference and reporting. SP 1.3 Specify data collection and storage procedures, sources, methods, frequency and owners. SP 1.4 Specify analysis procedures, rules, alarms, SPC and variants. SG2 Provide measurement results, SP 2.1 Obtain measurement data, actual, plan, automatic and manual. SP 2.2 Analyze measurement data, evaluate, drill down, RCA. SP 2.3 Store data and results, store, secure, accessible, history and evidence. SP 2.4 Communicate results, information sharing, dashboards, up-to-date, simple and interpret. Organizational process definition equals a process management process area at maturity level 3. Purpose: the purpose of organizational process definition is to establish and maintain a usable set of organizational process assets, work environment standards, and rules and guidelines for teams. Specific practices by goal: SG1 Establish organizational process assets, SP 1.1 Establish standard processes, SP 1.2 Establish lifecycle model descriptions, SP 1.3 Establish tailoring criteria and guidelines, SP 1.4 Establish the organization's measurement repository, SP 1.5 Establish the organization's process asset library, SP 1.6 Establish work environment standards, SP 1.7 Establish rules and guidelines for teams. Organizational process focus equals a process management process area at maturity level 3. Purpose: the purpose of organizational process focus is to plan, implement, and deploy organizational process improvements based on a thorough understanding of current strengths and weaknesses of the organization unregistered trademark processes and process assets. Specific practices by goal: SG1 Determine process improvement opportunities, SP 1.1 Establish organizational process needs, SP 1.2 Appraise the organization's processes, SP 1.3 Identify the organization's process improvements. SG2 Plan and implement process improvements, SP 2.1 Establish process action plans, SP 2.2 Implement process action plans. SG3 Deploy organizational process assets and incorporate experiences, SP 3.1 Deploy organizational process assets, SP 3.2 Deploy standard processes, SP 3.3 Monitor the implementation, SP 3.4 Incorporate experiences into organizational process assets. Organizational performance management equals, a process management process area at maturity level 5, purpose. The purpose of organizational performance management is to proactively manage the organization unregistered trademark's performance to meet its business objectives. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Manage business performance, SP 1.1 Maintain business objectives, SP 1.2 Identify and analyze innovations, SP 1.3 Analyze process performance data. SG2 Select improvements, SP 2.1 Elicit suggested improvements, SP 2.2 Analyze suggested improvements, SP 2.3 Validate improvements, SP 2.4 Select and implement improvements for deployment. SG3 Deploy improvements, SP 3.1 Plan the deployment, SP 3.2 Manage the deployment, SP 3.3 Evaluate improvement effects. Organizational process performance equals, a process management process area at maturity level 4, purpose. The purpose of organizational process performance is to establish and maintain a quantitative understanding of the performance of selected processes in the organization unregistered trademark's set of standard processes in support of achieving quality and process performance objectives, and to provide process performance data, baselines, and models to quantitatively manage the organization unregistered trademark's projects. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Establish performance baselines and models, SP 1.1 Establish quality and process performance objectives, SP 1.2 Select processes, SP 1.3 Establish process performance measures, SP 1.4 Analyze process performance and establish process performance baselines, SP 1.5 Establish process performance models. Organizational training equals, a process management process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of organizational training is to develop skills and knowledge of people so they can perform their roles effectively and efficiently. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Establish an organizational training capability, SP 1.1 Establish strategic training needs, SP 1.2 Determine which training needs are the responsibility of the organization, SP 1.3 Establish an organizational training tactical plan, SP 1.4 Establish a training capability. SG2 Provide training, SP 2.1 Deliver training, SP 2.2 Establish training records, SP 2.3 Assess training effectiveness. Product integration equals, an engineering process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of product integration is to assemble the product from the product components, ensure that the product, as integrated, behaves properly, and deliver the product. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Prepare for product integration, SP 1.1 Establish an integration strategy, SP 1.2 Establish the product integration environment, SP 1.3 Establish product integration procedures and criteria. SG2 Ensure interface compatibility, SP 2.1 Review interface descriptions for completeness, SP 2.2 Manage interfaces. SG3 Assemble product components and deliver the product, SP 3.1 Confirm readiness of product components for integration, SP 3.2 Assemble product components, SP 3.3 Evaluate assembled product components, SP 3.4 Package and deliver the product or product component. Project monitoring and control equals, a project management process area at maturity level 2, purpose. The purpose of project monitoring and control is to provide an understanding of the project's progress so that appropriate corrective actions can be taken when the project's performance deviates significantly from the plan. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Monitor the project against the plan. SP 1.1 Monitor project planning parameters. SP 1.2 Monitor commitments. SP 1.3 Monitor project risks. SP 1.4 Monitor data management. SP 1.5 Monitor stakeholder involvement. SP 1.6 Conduct progress reviews. SP 1.7 Conduct milestone reviews. SG2 Manage corrective action disclosure. SP 2.1 Analyze issues. SP 2.2 Take corrective action. SP 2.3 Manage corrective actions. Project planning a project management process area at maturity level 2. Purpose. The purpose of project planning is to establish and maintain plans that define project activities. Specific practices by goal. SG1 Establish estimates. SP 1.1 Estimate the scope of the project. SP 1.2 Establish estimates of work product and task attributes. SP 1.3 Define project lifecycle phases. SP 1.4 Estimate effort and cost. SG2 Develop a project plan. SP 2.1 Establish the budget and schedule. SP 2.2 Identify project risks. SP 2.3 Plan data management. SP 2.4 Plan the project's resources. SP 2.5 Plan needed knowledge and skills. SP 2.6 Plan stakeholder involvement. SP 2.7 Establish the project plan. SG3 Obtain commitment to the plan. SP 3.1 Review plans that affect the project. SP 3.2 Reconcile work and resource levels. SP 3.3 Obtain plan commitment. Process and product quality assurance a support process area at maturity level 2. Purpose. The purpose of process and product quality assurance is to provide staff and management with objective insight into processes and associated work products. Specific practices by goal. SG1 Objectively evaluate processes and work products. SP 1.1 Objectively evaluate processes. SP 1.2 Objectively evaluate work products. SG2 Provide objective insight. SP 2.1 Communicate and resolve non-compliance issues. SP 2.2 Establish records. Quantitative project management a project management process area at maturity level 4. Purpose. The purpose of the quantitative project management process area is to quantitatively manage the project to achieve the projected Euro1 registered trademark S established quality and process performance objectives. Specific practices by goal. SG1 Prepare for quantitative management. SP 1.1 Establish the projected Euro1 registered trademark S objectives. SP 1.2 Compose the defined processes. SP 1.3 Select sub-processes and attributes. SP 1.4 Select measures and analytic techniques. SG2 Quantitatively manage the project. SP 2.1 Monitor the performance of selected sub-processes. SP 2.2 Manage project performance. SP 2.3 Perform root cause analysis. Requirements development an engineering process area at maturity level 3. Purpose. The purpose of requirements development is to elicit, analyze, and establish customer, product, and product component requirements. Specific practices by goal. SG1 Develop customer requirements. SP 1.1 Elicit needs. SP 1.2 Transform stakeholder needs into customer requirements. SG2 Develop product requirements. SP 2.1 Establish product and product component requirements. SP 2.2 Allocate product component requirements. SP 2.3 Identify interface requirements. SG3 Analyze and validate requirements. SP 3.1 Establish operational concepts and scenarios. SP 3.2 Establish a definition of required functionality and quality attributes. SP 3.3 Analyze requirements. SP 3.4 Analyze requirements to achieve balance. SP 3.5 Validate requirements. Requirements management a project management process area at maturity level 2. Purpose. The purpose of requirements management is to manage requirements of the projector unregistered trademark S products and product components and to ensure alignment between those requirements and the projector unregistered trademark S plans and work products. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Manage requirements, SP 1.1 Understand requirements, SP 1.2 Obtain commitment to requirements, SP 1.3 Manage requirements changes, SP 1.4 Maintain bidirectional traceability of requirements, SP 1.5 Ensure alignment between project work and requirements. Risk management a project management process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of risk management is to identify potential problems before they occur so that risk handling activities can be planned and invoked as needed across the life of the product or project to mitigate adverse impacts on achieving objectives. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Prepare for risk management, SP 1.1 Determine risk sources and categories, SP 1.2 Define risk parameters, SP 1.3 Establish a risk management strategy. SG2 Identify and analyze risks, SP 2.1 Identify risks, SP 2.2 Evaluate, categorize, and prioritize risks. SG3 Mitigate risks, SP 3.1 Develop risk mitigation plans, SP 3.2 Implement risk mitigation plans. Supplier agreement management a project management process area at maturity level 2, purpose. The purpose of supplier agreement management is to manage the acquisition of products from suppliers. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Establish supplier agreements, SP 1.1 Determine acquisition type, SP 1.2 Select suppliers, SP 1.3 Establish supplier agreements. SG2 Satisfy supplier agreements, SP 2.1 Execute the supplier agreement, SP 2.2 Accept the acquired product, SP 2.3 Ensure transition of products. Technical solution an engineering process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of technical solution is to select, design and implement solutions to requirements. Solutions, designs, and implementations encompass products, product components, and product-related lifecycle processes either singly or in combination as appropriate. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Select product component solutions, SP 1.1 Develop alternative solutions and selection criteria, SP 1.2 Select product component solutions. SG2 Develop the design, SP 2.1 Design the product or product component. SP 2.2 Establish a technical data package, SP 2.3 Design interfaces using criteria, SP 2.4 Perform make, buy or reuse analyzers. SG3 Implement the product design, SP 3.1 Implement the design, SP 3.2 Develop product support documentation. Validation an engineering process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of validation is to demonstrate that a product or product component fulfills its intended use when placed in its intended environment. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Prepare for validation, SP 1.1 Select products for validation, SP 1.2 Establish the validation environment, SP 1.3 Establish validation procedures and criteria. SG2 Validate product or product components, SP 2.1 Perform validation, SP 2.2 Analyze validation results. Verification an engineering process area at maturity level 3, purpose. The purpose of verification is to ensure that selected work products meet their specified requirements. Specific practices by goal, SG1 Prepare for verification, SP 1.1 Select work products for verification, SP 1.2 Establish the verification environment, SP 1.3 Establish verification procedures and criteria. SG2 Perform peer reviews, SP 2.1 Prepare for peer reviews, SP 2.2 Conduct peer reviews, SP 2.3 Analyze peer review data. SG3 Verify selected work products, SP 3.1 Perform verification, SP 3.2 Analyze verification results. Changes made in version 1.2, only changes made to the set of process areas are considered here. For more information about the changes made to version 1.2, see the version 1.2 release notes, or for the definitive list of changes, take the Cmmi version 1.2 upgrade training. The following process areas have been removed: organizational environment for integration, integrated teaming, integrated supplier management. The following additions have been made within existing process areas: IPMA SG3 and SG4 were eliminated, new SG3 was added, OPD SG2 was added, OPF 2 SPs were extracted from the old SG3 and combined with two new SPs to create the new SG3, REQD SP 3.5 was renamed Validate Requirements, SAMA SP 2.1 was eliminated, two new SPs added in SG2, TS SP 1.2 was incorporated into RDSP 3.1, VERA. SP 3.2 was renamed Analyze Verification Results. Changes made in version 1.3, some significant improvements in Cmmi DEV, v1.3 include the following: high maturity process areas are significantly improved to reflect industry best practices, including a new specific goal and several new specific practices in the process area that was renamed from Organizational Innovation and Deployment to Organizational Performance Management. Agile practices have been included with an interpretation guideline and by adding notes to the applicable process areas in the introduction of the process area and on how to interpret Agile practices. Improvements were made to the model architecture that simplify the use of multiple models. Informative material was improved, including revising the engineering practices to reflect industry best practice and adding guidance for organizations that use Agile methods. Glossary definitions and model terminology were improved to enhance the clarity, accuracy, and usability of the model. Level 4 and 5 generic goals and practices were eliminated, as well as capability levels 4 and 5 to appropriately focus high maturity on the achievement of business objectives, which is accomplished by applying capability level 1 to 3 to the high maturity process areas. For a more complete and detailed list of improvements, see http www.Cmmi details comparison CFM. An overview of the changes is described in http www.benlanders.Cmmi v1-3 summing up / process areas, categories, and maturity levels, table, process areas, categories, and maturity levels. References. Official sources: Capability Maturity Model, Capability Maturity Model Integration. Further reading: Cmmi Product Team. Cmmi for Development, version 1.3 inches. Technical Report CMUSEI 2010 TR033. Software Engineering Institute. Retrieved February 16, 2011. Chris's, Mary Beth. Mike Conrad. Sandy Schramm. Cmmi, Guidelines for Process Integration and Product Improvement. Addison Wesley Professional. ISBN 0-321-71150-5.